Everybody, Steve here for Who Took My Dice Miniature Wargaming, and welcome to the sixth part of the Sons of Russ and Guilliman. It is Monday again. So today, as you can see, I'm working on the drop pod for the sixth company. I've already got most of silver done. I'm working on the blue now, and at the same time, I'm going to be doing a bit of a Q&A. Because next Monday I will be out of town and won't be able to shoot a a video for the Q&A. So I'm going to do both at the same time. Talk about why the drop pod, as I put another coat of blue on. The pigment just didn't seem to work on this one that well, so I just have to go over some spots again. But while I do that, I'm going to be going through some of the questions that some of the awesome people who follow me on YouTube put up, and of course, as always, they will go into the description down below, links I should say to their YouTube channels. So first off, let's go to Tattoo for You. So he said, enjoy the video, my friend. Love the captain. That's the Ultramarines captain I painted up the last one. What is your favorite snacks for gaming? Favorite snack will most likely be, ooh, that's a good one. Probably Doritos. I like Doritos. It's good to have a nice little bowl of them there. Gotta keep the hands clean though afterwards. But that's probably would be my favorite snack for when it's game time. Usually, actually, generally, it's just anything. For the most part, I don't snack. When I do, that would be my snackage of choice. Who is one person you want to get gaming with the most? Oh, see that one. That one is a whole bunch of people at the top of the list, and most of them are people who I've subscribed to and subscribed to me. So, Tattoo for You, Richard, you're definitely one I'd love to have a game against. Mythos and Freak from Frost and Fist, Nick from Edict Beer 40K. God, I guess those four are definitely the top because I've seen their battle reports. I've seen the videos you guys have done, and I mean, I think you guys would just be great guys to have games against. So I definitely you four would be at the very top right there. And then the last one from Richard here. Who has the best record out of your friends you game with? Probably, and I don't like to toot my own horn. Actually, I do. Probably be me. I've just had a lot of experience. I'm not saying I'm a great general. I've had a lot of experience though, and I've managed to pull out quite a list of things, victories I should say for myself, as I've been through the ringer with all the different editions. So yeah, probably myself. So thank you, Tattoo for You, Richard, for those questions. And then we'll go on to Edict Beer 40K, who asked, awesome answers. Love the story about the boy who got into the hobby. Have you ever thought about doing some sort of live video show? And yes, it's something I've been thinking about for a while. And I'm hoping to do one over my reading week next week. I think that would be a tremendous amount of fun to do, and it probably, if I'm lucky, be about the table that I was able to get my hands on. It'll probably be around building the basis for that table, putting in roadways, getting things set up for putting the sand on, kind of giving it a textured feel. Just need some more blue here. And so yeah, definitely something I've thought about. It's something that I've been toying with on and off. But yeah, definitely I think it's something I would want to do eventually. And I'm hoping that I can do it during my reading week. Probably sometime midweek. I think that would be amazing. It'd be great to be able to get sort of instant reactions to what I'm doing instead of doing something and waiting to see what people say about it. Just trying to get enough blue on here. Okay, let that dry up a bit. So thank you for your question, Richard Nick from Idig Beer 40K. I apologize. Let's see here. I have other questions. All right. So then I had one from Freak, friend of the channel there, from Frost and Fist. He's the Fist part of the Frost. He gave me a bunch of them actually. So question one. First, he said, "Dude, so cool watching you get in the painting and a semi-part hobby. Thank you. It's something I haven't had a lot of time. I'm glad I'm able to get back into some of it." He says, "Question one: How long have you been playing 40K?" Well, it seems to me someone hasn't been watching the earlier videos. Um, I've actually been playing 40K for over 20 years now. I started back in second edition, and with the Ultramarines, I picked up the first my first codex, which was the Ultramarine Codex back in the day. It was all about the Ultramarines. There's a small little blurb on some of the other chapters. Excuse me. And for the most part, it was full on Ultramarine, and that's where I started with back in second ed. So yeah, it's been over 20 years now, and it's been just an amazing time the entire time. And I mean, with all the stuff that's come out with the Gathering Storm, Guilliman coming back, it's getting even better. It's been just over the years to see how everything's evolved and changed. It's absolutely amazing. Question two: What other armies would you consider? Must pick two. All right, I have to pick two. Someone's feeling high and mighty. Two armies. I definitely have to go with the ooh. I'd have to go for the Dark Eldar as one of them. I've always been intrigued by how this fragile army that is just so deadly if you give it a chance to strike first and do damage, but at the same time be so fragile. They're also completely different than what I'm used to doing. Sorry, with my Space Marines. You don't have armor to rely on. You don't have, you can't just bludgeon your way through like you can with Space Marines if things go wrong. You just rely on their strength, their toughness, and their armor. You don't have that, so that always intrigued me. And the other army, probably the Guard. Always had a little soft spot for those poor men and women of the Astra Militarum who have to go up with all the same, go up against all the same sort of evil gribbliness that the Space Marines do, but they're armed with flashlights and cardboard. So yeah, that's definitely the other army, and plus the tanks. If I was going to build a Guard army, it'd be all tanks. So I have a big thing for tanks. I like the way just this massive formation of tanks you can build with them. That would definitely be up there. So those would be two: Dark Eldar and Guard. And question number three: favorite sci-fi movie. Favorite sci-fi movie. That's a hard one. Overall, I think my favorite sci-fi movie of all time. Wow. I mean, you could always say the Star Wars movies, Star Trek. So many. That's a tough one. That's a real tough one. If I had to say one, like the top movie, favorite sci-fi movie of all time, would probably have to be, honestly, for me, it would be Star Trek 6, The Undiscovered Country. One, because I'm a big fan of Star Trek. I grew up watching the original series and reruns, obviously, in the Next Generation. But that one really, because it was sort of the end of the line for the original crew. Plus, it was just so well done. Amazing actors, a great story. That's one that's always stuck with me. It's one I could watch again and again and again forever and never get tired of watching. So that would be definitely my that would definitely, sorry, I'm just working on some. That would definitely be my my favorite sci-fi movie. So thank you, Freak, for those questions. They were awesome questions. And I think I have a couple more. I can find them somewhere here. I usually have them all here. Alright, so those are already done. Alright, give me 1 second here. I'm just looking through here. I had another one, now if I can find it. There was one more, I'm just trying to find it right now while I'm goofing around here. Yes, and then Nurgling. Another channel that I've subscribed to, and I think it's great. If you haven't, check them out. Check them all out, actually. They're all fantastic. But he asked, mate, how do you find the look of these new, larger, round bases on the Marines? I think they sometimes get dwarfed by the bases a bit. I don't know. Thoughts? Well, I personally love the new bases. One, because there's sort of an optical illusion to them. They sort of give the impression that the Marines are actually bigger than they are, simply because they have a bigger footprint, which is fine by me. You don't have to mess with the scaling of the Marines. You just give them a bigger footprint, and it makes them look bigger. They're taking up more space, which is Space Marines should be. They should be these big, monstrous fighting machines, right? And so I don't have a problem. I will agree somewhat that I'm gonna have to do some fixing up there. Dang it. That they can drown out, but I find that only happens when you try and take an older model, something that wasn't designed with the something that wasn't designed with the new base in mind, right? All the new models, their legs are spread out, they're positioned better for these larger bases. If you try and take an old model, I mean, I have some old second ed Marines that if I put them on the new bases would just they take up no room. Their feet are too close together. They would be drowned out by this base. So you just have this big empty space around them when you have to try and figure out how to maybe dress it up a bit so they don't look so lost in the base. But for the most part, I think they're fantastic. It was a great way to also separate, these power armored guys. I mean, it works for the Chaos Marines as well, and the Necrons have them for the most part. I think because they're supposed to be these bigger, bulkier, hardier guys than a mere human or an Eldar, right? They're humans and Eldar are small. And even orcs. I think for the most part they should stay on the small bases. I think some of them have transferred. I'm not 100% sure, but even orcs. I mean, they're big, but it's just because they're kind of hunched over like an ape, right? Honestly, all in all, I just don't. Um, I like them. I like them. I just really like them. End of story. So thank you, Nerling, for that one. And I'm just trying to see if there are any others. I don't recall seeing any more. But yeah, those are great questions, and I really do appreciate them. So I'm just goofing around here. But yeah, so back to this. This is the next step for my Ultramarines. And the reason why I'm getting onto this now instead of um, say getting onto the wolves is that's actually just sort of me trying to help myself get it done. I find that if I start jumping through, so I get the Marines done, that's why I did the Marines, my tactical, my combat squad, then the captain, and now this, I get the Ultramarine side done, and I'm not jumping back and forth. Is that way, it just drags out for me. It's how it always happens, and then I'll have, half done Marines or Ultramarines, and then half done Space Wolves, and nothing really gets anywhere, nothing gets done, and it just kind of it takes me longer because I'm looking at got to paint this, and I get them base, but I need more color, so then I go one by one, sort of in what's what I'm looking for, methodically. That's it. Go through methodically and get each one done. So this is the transport I'm going to do for those Marines. Gonna get them where they need. If you do see the Ultramarine symbol right there, more often than not, I see people kind of color in the back square. There's actually a square they're on. I'm going to leave mine blue on purpose, mostly because I don't want to attach it to a company color. That way I can use it with my newer army, I can use it with my older Space Marine army. So yeah, and then I have another couple of U's on there. I think I have 3 U's and 2 Aguilas, so I'll put those as gold. The U's will be white. the Ultramarine use, and yeah. But yeah, so this is going to be a great way to get my Marines on the tabletop. I think drop pods are probably one of the best uh, additions to the Marine Codex. I think that came in 5th edition. I can't remember now. 5th, maybe 5th. Before that, you get them in from Forge World, but they were resin, and they didn't have the same level of design that these ones have. But I think they're a great addition. The drop pod assault, basically being able to land, and thanks to their internal guidance rule, you don't ever land anything. They move just enough to sort of get out of the way, either off the table, or if they're going to land on something, they move over, right? And it's exactly the way Space Marines should be. If you look at the Guard, they've always been called the hammer of the Emperor. They're this big bludgeoning tool. They just come in and wham, everything at once. Tanks, millions of men. It's just a big bludgeoning blow. And, I mean, that's good for the Guard. That's the way they act. For Ultramarines, they're supposed to be like the rapier thrust. The quick jab where it needs to be, do the damage. And that's what these guys are perfect for. It delivers the Marines exactly where they need to be. I've had a few games where I've used this before I painted, and literally got the Marines, boom, whether it was on objective or close to the enemy HQ, because I love wiping those out as quickly as possible, because it does take out special rules, and it does offer, some bonuses, and when you kill the Warlord and First Blood if you can get it off in time. But yeah, so I love drop pods; they're fantastic, probably one of the best additions. This, along with the Storm Wolf that I want to get, which will get obviously the Space Wolves into their position with some speed, also some backup in terms of the weapons on it, the Frost Blaster and all that. Definitely something I want to add to there. But yeah, I have some blue to do on this, some more silver. I have a few little touch-ups here and there where I've gotten the blue onto the silver itself. But other than that, it's probably about 75% done at this point. But yeah, no, I think I just have a few more things. Some dry brushing is going to go over there too, just to highlight the edges. I'll probably use a lighter blue, maybe a light gray, just to kind of give it a little extra something. But yeah, so I'm going to call that this video this time, guys. So yeah, drop pod, hopefully get that finished up this week and have it a fully done, and I can maybe get some pictures there of the squad that I have coming out of it with the captain. But yeah, so as normal, guys, thank you very much for watching. If you like what you saw, please hit the like button, subscribe. That means the world to me. It really does. And share it with your friends. Hopefully they enjoy it as well. Everybody who was awesome and sending questions, you'll find their links down below in the description. Yeah, so that's it for this one, guys. So thank you very much. And as always, I will see you in the next video, guys. See you later. Thank you. Keep rolling those dice.